Bats are fascinating mammals known for their unique features and important ecological roles. Here's an overview of the life of bats. 1. Diverse species. Bats make up about 20% of all known mammal species, making them one of the most diverse orders of mammals. There are over 1,400 species of bats, and they are found on every continent except Antarctica. 2. Nocturnal lifestyle. Most bats are nocturnal, meaning they are primarily active during the night. Their nocturnal behavior is adapted to hunting insects, their primary food source, which are also active at night. 3. Flight adaptations. Bats are the only mammals capable of sustained flight. Their wings are elongated fingers covered by a thin membrane of skin. This adaptation allows them to navigate the air with incredible agility. 4. Echolocation. Many bat species use echolocation for navigation and hunting. They emit high-frequency sound waves and listen to the echoes to determine the location, distance, size, shape, and even texture of objects in their environment. 5. Diet variety. While most bats are insectivores, feeding on insects such as moths, beetles, and mosquitoes, some species have diverse diets. Fruit bats, megabats or flying foxes, primarily consume fruit, nectar, and pollen. 6. Roosting behavior. Bats roost in a variety of locations, including caves, trees, and man-made structures. Some species form large colonies, while others are solitary roosters. Bats may hang upside down during rest, utilizing their hind limbs as hooks. 7. Hibernation and torpor. In colder climates, some bat species hibernate during the winter months. During hibernation, their metabolic rate drops, allowing them to conserve energy. Torpor is a short-term form of hibernation that bats may enter daily to conserve energy when food is scarce. 8. Long lifespan for size. Bats often have longer lifespans compared to other mammals of similar size. Some species can live more than 30 years in the wild. 9. Maternity colonies. Female bats form maternity colonies during the breeding season. These colonies provide safety in numbers and communal care for the young. Male bats typically roost separately. 10. Reproduction. Bats give birth to live young, as opposed to laying eggs. The gestation period varies but is generally longer for bats compared to other mammals of similar size. Young bats, called pups, are cared for by their mothers until they can fly and hunt on their own. 11. Importance in pollination. Bats play a crucial role in pollination, especially in tropical regions. They are essential pollinators for many plant species, including some economically important ones like agave, used to make tequila, and various fruit crops. 12. Disease reservoirs. Some bat species can act as reservoirs for viruses, including coronaviruses. While most bats do not transmit diseases to humans directly, they can be involved in disease ecology, and interactions with bats should be approached with caution. 13. Threats and conservation. Bats face various threats, including habitat loss, disturbance of roosting sites, and diseases like white nose syndrome. Conservation efforts are underway globally to protect bat populations, recognizing their ecological importance. 14. Migration. Some bat species are known for long-distance migrations. They may travel hundreds of kilometers between their summer and winter habitats. 15. Social structure. Bats exhibit diverse social structures. While some species are solitary, others form complex social groups. Vampire bats, for example, live in colonies and share food through regurgitation, displaying cooperative behaviors. 16. Impact on insect populations. Insect-eating bats are crucial for controlling insect populations. A single bat can consume a large number of insects in a single night, providing natural pest control for agriculture and ecosystems. 17. Cultural significance. Bats hold cultural significance in various societies. They are often featured in folklore, myths, and symbolism. In some cultures, bats are associated with good luck and fortune, while in others, they are seen as symbols of darkness or mystery. 18. Extreme adaptations. Bats have evolved various adaptations to their unique lifestyle. Their wings, formed by elongated fingers covered in thin skin, allow for incredible maneuverability and efficient flight. 19. Sensory perception. Bats have highly developed senses. In addition to echolocation, they rely on excellent night vision and a sophisticated sense of smell to locate prey and navigate through their environments. 20. Megabats vs. Microbats. Bats are broadly categorized into two suborders, Megachiroptera, megabats, and Microchiroptera, microbats. Megabats are typically larger and often fruit-eating, while microbats are generally insectivorous and use echolocation. 21. Blood-feeding bats. While the majority of bats feed on insects or fruits, a few species are specialized blood feeders. Common vampire bats, found in the Americas, feed on the blood of mammals, usually livestock. 22. Bat diversity in tropical rainforests. Tropical rainforests, with their high biodiversity, host a rich variety of bat species. These bats contribute to pollination, seed dispersal, and insect control, playing integral roles in these ecosystems. 23. Bat guano. Bat droppings, known as guano, are rich in nutrients. Guano has been historically used as fertilizer, and in some caves where bats roost, it accumulates in large quantities. 24. Bats and agave pollination. Bats are crucial pollinators for plants like agave. The lesser long-nosed bat, for example, plays a vital role in pollinating agave plants, which are used to produce tequila. 25. Bats in art and literature. Bats have been depicted in art and literature across cultures. Their mysterious nocturnal habits and unique appearance often make them symbols of the unknown and mystical in various narratives. 26. Bats and tequila production. The relationship between bats and agave plants extends to the production of tequila. The bats aid in agave pollination, contributing to the growth of agave used in tequila production. 27. Bats as seed dispersers. Fruit bats, also known as flying foxes, are important seed dispersers. They feed on fruits and disperse seeds over wide areas, aiding in the regeneration of forests. 28. Bats and human health. While bats play essential roles in ecosystems, certain species are associated with diseases. Bats are natural hosts for various viruses, including coronaviruses. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for public health. 29. Conservation challenges. Bats face conservation challenges, including habitat loss, climate change, disease, and negative perceptions. Conservation efforts focus on protecting roosting sites, raising awareness, and mitigating threats. 30. Bat rehabilitation. Bat rehabilitation centers exist to care for injured or orphaned bats. Wildlife rehabilitators provide medical care and support to bats with the goal of releasing them back into the wild. 31. Bats and wind energy. Wind turbines pose a threat to bats, especially in areas with high wind energy development. Efforts are underway to develop technologies and practices that reduce bat fatalities associated with wind turbines. 32. Bat conservation organizations. Numerous organizations, such as Bat Conservation International, work towards the conservation of bat species. They engage in research, education, and advocacy to promote bat conservation worldwide. 33. Bat watching tourism. Bat watching has become a popular ecotourism activity. Tourists visit bat roosts to witness the emergence of bats at dusk, experiencing the fascinating spectacle of thousands of bats taking flight. 34 Bat homes and bat boxes. Bat houses or bat boxes are artificial structures designed to provide roosting places for bats. These structures help support local bat populations and are used as conservation tools in urban and rural areas. 35 Bats and White Nose Syndrome. White Nose Syndrome, WNS, is a fungal disease that affects hibernating bats. It has caused significant declines in bat populations in North America. Research and management efforts are ongoing to address this threat. 36 Bats in urban environments. Some bat species have adapted to urban environments, roosting in buildings and foraging in cityscapes. Urban planning strategies can take bats into consideration to promote coexistence. 37 Bats and longevity research. Bats are of interest in longevity research because some species exhibit exceptional lifespans relative to their size. Scientists study the molecular and genetic mechanisms that contribute to their longevity. 38 Bats and artifacts in caves. Caves inhabited by bats may contain valuable artifacts and archaeological deposits. Exploring these caves can provide insights into human history and the interactions between bats and humans. 39 Bats and bioacoustics. Bioacoustics, the study of animal sounds, is crucial in understanding bat communication and echolocation. Researchers use sophisticated equipment to analyze bat calls and behavior. 40 Bat migration. Some bat species engage in long-distance migrations. They travel between seasonal habitats, often covering considerable distances. Understanding these migration patterns is crucial for their conservation. 41 Bats and agriculture. Bats contribute to agriculture by providing natural pest control. Insect-eating bats consume vast numbers of agricultural pests, reducing the need for pesticides and promoting a more sustainable approach to pest management. 42 Bats and diversity of ecosystems. Bats inhabit diverse ecosystems, ranging from deserts to rainforests. Their adaptability and diverse ecological roles make them integral to the functioning and biodiversity of various environments. 43 Bats and nectar feeding. Some bat species are important pollinators of flowers, especially those adapted for nectar feeding. Bats such as long-tongued bats play crucial roles in the pollination of certain plant species. 44 Bats and insect control. Insectivorous bats are effective predators of nocturnal insects. They play a significant role in controlling populations of moths, beetles, and other night-flying insects that can be agricultural pests. 45 Bats and gleaning behavior. Certain bat species engage in gleaning behavior, where they pick insects off surfaces such as leaves or tree bark. This hunting strategy allows them to capture insects without relying solely on echolocation. 46 Bat-winged species. Bats exhibit a wide range of wing shapes and sizes. Some species have long, narrow wings suited for fast and agile flight, while others have shorter wings adapted for maneuvering in cluttered environments. 47 Bats and cultural symbolism. Bats hold diverse symbolic meanings in different cultures. While they are often associated with darkness and mystery, some cultures view bats as symbols of rebirth, longevity, and good fortune. 48 Bats and language evolution. The study of bat communication and echolocation has provided insights into the evolution of vocal communication in mammals, including potential parallels with the development of human language. 49 Bats and mating rituals. Bats engage in various mating rituals, including vocalizations, displays, and courtship flights. Some species have complex social structures during the breeding season, with males competing for the attention of females. 50 Bats and torpor. Bats use torpor, a state of reduced metabolic activity, to conserve energy during periods of food scarcity. Torpor allows them to survive colder temperatures and periods when insects are not abundant. 51. Bats and artificial light. Artificial lights can have negative effects on bats. Light pollution can disrupt their foraging behavior, interfere with navigation, and contribute to declines in insect populations, affecting bat food sources. 52. Bats and seed regeneration. Fruit bats, by dispersing seeds, contribute to the regeneration of forests. The seeds they deposit in new locations can germinate and grow into new plants, influencing the structure and composition of ecosystems. 53. Bats and agroforestry. Bats play a role in agroforestry by contributing to pollination and pest control. In agroecosystems, maintaining habitat features that support bat populations can enhance the overall sustainability of farming practices. 54. Bats and biomedical research. Bats are subjects of scientific research in various fields, including biomedical research. Their unique immune systems and resistance to certain diseases are of interest in understanding aspects of human health. 55. Bats and fossil record. The fossil record of bats provides insights into their evolutionary history. Fossils indicate that bats have been around for millions of years, evolving diverse adaptations for flight and feeding. 56. Bats and habitat connectivity. Protecting and maintaining habitat connectivity is crucial for bat populations. Conserving corridors that allow bats to travel between roosting sites and foraging areas helps ensure genetic diversity and population health. 57. Bats and human equivalent age. Some bat species have lifespans that, when adjusted for their body size, are equivalent to much longer lifespans in larger mammals. This longevity has sparked interest in studying the mechanisms behind their extended lifespan. 58. Bats and plant pollination. Bats play a vital role in pollinating numerous plant species, including some economically important crops. They transfer pollen between flowers, contributing to the reproduction and genetic diversity of plant populations. 59. Bats and cultural festivals. In some regions, bats are celebrated in cultural festivals. These events raise awareness about the importance of bats, dispel myths, and promote conservation efforts. 60. Bats and spreading diseases in humans. While bats are natural hosts for many viruses, transmission to humans is rare and usually occurs through an intermediate host. Understanding the dynamics of zoonotic diseases is critical for preventing outbreaks. 61. Bat-friendly agriculture practices. Implementing bat-friendly agricultural practices, such as maintaining natural habitats and reducing pesticide use, can enhance ecosystem services provided by bats, including pest control and pollination. 62. Bats and bioindicators. Bats can serve as bioindicators of environmental health. Monitoring bat populations can provide insights into the overall condition of ecosystems, as they are sensitive to changes in habitat, water quality, and insect abundance. 63. Bats and art conservation. Bat droppings, guano, can have cultural and historical significance. In some caves, guano deposits have been studied to understand past human activities and to aid in the preservation of ancient artifacts. 64. Bats and water sources. Some bat species are adapted to feeding on insects over bodies of water. They may skim the water's surface to catch insects or drink while in flight, showcasing their versatility in foraging strategies. 65. Bats and lurking behavior. Lurking behavior, where males gather and display to attract females, is observed in some bat species. This behavior is part of the mating ritual and may involve vocalizations, wing displays, or other forms of courtship. 66. Bats and thermal imaging. Thermal imaging is used in bat research to study their roosting behavior. It helps scientists understand how bats use different roosts, manage their body temperature, and respond to environmental conditions. 67 Bats and cultural misperceptions. Cultural misperceptions and myths about bats, often associated with superstitions and fear, can lead to negative attitudes and harm conservation efforts. Education initiatives aim to dispel these misconceptions and